Let's get more on the macro view of the markets and the economy.
Inflation has eased year over year, but has remained sticky.
You have a window here between the last tightening and the first easing. The irony, though, is that after the first easing, if you get a recession, the market tends to get tagged pretty good because of the lags involved in monetary policy. By the time the Fed starts easing, you realize that you're actually in a recession.
Overall, this does not look like an economy to me that's teetering off the edge of a cliff.
Welcome back to my video. You see, the landscape of the economy and market is undergoing a seismic shift. We have good earning reports, inflation stubbornly staying above 2%, whispers of a looming recession, and the rise of artificial intelligence. It's like reading tea leaves in a world of uncertainty. So what do we have for the economy in 2023? Good times? Bad times? Uncertain times? In today's video, Chamath Palihapitiya has shared his viewpoint on why we are in economic turmoil. He has shed light on the implications for inflation, labor, and the rise of AI. Are you ready to navigate these turbulent waters? Stay tuned till the end to know more details. And if you want to stay up to date with the latest crypto insights, markets, and economy, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to hit that bell icon to never miss any video. All right, are you ready? Let's dive right in.
I think that that's a truism, and I don't think anything about that is going to change. I mean, I think we talked about how these folks calculate non-farm payrolls or how they calculate CPI. It's incredibly outdated, right? It's people with clipboards walking around talking to people and checking boxes and filling out forms. Can that change? Probably it could. Will it change? It probably won't. And so they're going to focus on the most simple but most powerful measure that they have, which is controlling the money supply, kind of what Sachs talked about. So they're going to manipulate the money supply to either put more liquidity in the system, in which case markets go up and asset prices go up, but then inflation goes up, or constrain liquidity, which then causes markets to go down, asset prices to go down, and inflation eventually to go down. The thing that we're facing today when you look at this labor market chart is a couple of things that I think we've talked about before, and I just want to reiterate them, which is you have to remember that we are in this new world order, which is the ex-China world order. And in that, there is no more unitary economy that can do things cheaper, faster, and better globally around the world, right? So we're going to nearshore or onshore all kinds of things that used to be done by the Chinese. They'll sit in Mexico or they'll sit in Central America. Maybe in some cases they'll sit in Canada, and all of that will feed into the United States. The problem with all of that is that that will keep costs higher because it'll be naturally more inefficient. It will naturally take more money, and that will naturally cause the prices of those things to be higher, which means that terminal inflation, I think, is just roughly higher. As a result, I think that more power, if you will, goes to labor.
Chamath believes the Fed won't revamp their economic assessment methods. Instead, they'll stick to what they can control, the money supply. It's like walking a tightrope, where they can either pump more liquidity into the market, making asset prices and inflation skyrocket, or they can hold back the reins, causing markets to plummet and asset prices to take a nosedive, ultimately taming inflation. Now, hold on to your hats, because we're about to zoom out and see the bigger picture. Chamath has highlighted that we're living in a new world order, the ex-China world order. Gone are the days of a single dominant economy doing things better, cheaper, and faster on a global scale. Oh no, now we're witnessing a seismic shift toward onshoring and nearshoring. But what does that mean? It means one thing: higher prices. As goods become more expensive to produce, terminal inflation becomes a reality. We're talking about a whole new ballgame here, where the prices of things we love go through the roof, making them as unattainable as a unicorn on roller skates for Americans. But amidst this changing landscape, there's a power shift happening in labor. Let's get into the next clip to better understand what Chamath has to say on this matter.
So in this constant tension that we have in an economy between labor and capital, the people that own the factories or the businesses and the people that run them and work inside of them, we've been in this position where the pendulum has swung so far towards capital, the owners, the shareholders, that all this financial engineering has tremendous upside, right? That's why companies engage in it. But when you show that chart, Jason, what it means is it's just really hard to find people. And so the only way you're going to get people off their butt to go into work, to sit in a chair, to do a job that you need them to do is to pay them more. And in finding that, wages will have to go up. The counterbalance of that is what AI will do, which I think we all agree is,
to say that is the key. Yeah.
which is massively deflationary. So that is going to be the tension that we're in now for a really long time as we explore this. I don't know if you guys saw today, but Sequoia led a $20 million round in this thing called Harvey.ai.
The legal,
which is like a legal super wizard for law firms.
Yeah, we knew that was coming.
And my partners and I were debating it. And what we thought of was, well, how much do you pay out of the $800 or $1,000 an hour that you charge to Harvey.ai? Maybe you're willing to pay 5% or 10%. But then the reality is that one of the most powerful things it does is it's able to go into Westlaw, find all these cases, and say, yeah, this is germane to the thing that you're working on right now. That's a very useful thing. But the N plus first law firm will also use that tool. And instead of charging $800 an hour, they'll say, we'll charge $600 an hour and we're still willing to give you 5 or 10%. So I just don't see a world where, on the one hand, physical labor will continue to be more expensive. They'll demand more and more money to do the job that they're asked to do. And the knowledge work will become increasingly more deflationary because so much of it will be automated by AI that those folks will charge less and less. And there's going to be a tension there, and I don't exactly know what's going to happen.
Chamath vividly describes how the pendulum has swung towards capital, with companies leveraging financial engineering to their advantage. But here's the catch. Finding people to work has become increasingly challenging. How can we entice individuals to join the workforce? Chamath reveals the solution: paying them more. But wait, there's a twist. As wages rise, Chamath unveils the counterbalance that awaits us: the rise of artificial intelligence, or AI. This game-changing technology, with its deflationary effect on the economy, is set to reshape the landscape of knowledge work. On one side, we have rising wages driven by the demand for physical labor. On the other side, we have the deflationary impact of AI automation in knowledge-based work. Chamath passionately emphasizes the brewing tension between these two worlds. The demand for higher wages clashes with the cost-cutting potential of AI. What awaits us in this ever-evolving landscape? Only time will reveal that. But before jumping into the next clip, don't forget to give a big thumbs up to this video.
When these big companies just get their act together, it's very hard to discern whether something is 80% as good or 120% better. There's this fuzzy gray area where a lot of people can find utility in a lot of different products, and then the one with the better distribution wins. And so if they take BART and they have the confidence now to just integrate it into Gmail or integrate it into these other points where they already have hundreds of millions of users, that's like a really tough distribution barrier to overcome. That's the next step that I think if Google really wants to win here, they have to force distribution of these tools in line to where people are. And if they do that, you're not going to know the difference between 80 and 100%.
The tides of change are upon us, my friends. Chamath has unveiled the hidden implications of inflation, labor, and the relentless rise of AI. Are you ready to embrace the winds of change, or do you see a different path ahead? How will the economy fare in 2023? What will be the Fed decision in the coming months? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more updates on crypto and economy. Also, be sure to give a big thumbs up to this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Adios.